Okay, good evening. Today we are going to talk about my final video presentation. My name is Velasquez. I was born in Bogota in 3 of December of 2000. Um, I'm very optimist and I'm fun and I'm an energetic person. I like to do exercise, do some sports. I love photography and music. Also, I'm a student of business administration, and I go for the seventh semester. I have a pizzeria, and I am a model in an agency in Bogota. I don't like lies or people who have no aspirations in their lives. Okay, talking about stress, more and more people are suffering from stress, especially in the big cities where we live too quickly. The causes of people suffering from stress are different, but what are main ones? The main ones: economic factors. Money is necessary to live. So if you don't have enough incomes, it can be a big headache. Two, work overload. Is this situation, it's the best to talk to your superior, or and if you are the boss, learn to how to delegate. Lack of job satisfaction, feeling comfortable at work, um, and having the opportunity to do what you like is something the fewer and fewer employees can do, unfortunately. Personal relations, we all need to socialize, and when things don't go well with the people around us, it's normal for it to affect us. Attention, also attention to the family, the first nucleus with which we have contact in our life usually accompanies us to the end. Pressure of vacation. Vacation are supposed to be enjoyable, but many people don't take in that way. Moreover, there are people who feel stressed for not being working. Okay, how to deal with the stress? First, eat diet. Um, Eating healthy is an important part of people care. Um, Avoid unhealthy habits. Some people deal with stress in the following ways: to take too much caffeine or alcohol or smoke, or consume illegal substances. These habits can damage your health. Meditate. During the meditation, you focus your attention and silence the stream of confused thoughts that may be filling your mind and causing stress. Laugh over. A good sense of humor can't cure all ailments, but can help you feel better. Also, connect with other people. When you're stressed and irritable, your instinct can be to isolate yourself. Instead, seek support from family and friends and try to establish social connections. It's good for you. Get enough sleep. Stress can make you have trouble falling asleep when you have a lot of to do and a lot to think. Baby boomers to Gen X and millennials, each generation has their own set of values and features, but one thing all generations have in common is that they are under pressure. In a recent survey by the American Psychological Association, people of all age now report highest level of stress. Um, say, those people said that they are stressed about money and health, also cares about work, and job security, and the millennials are emerging as the most stressed generation of generations that so the question now is, so what are millennials worry about? Okay, stress and millennial are the first generation to grow up with computers at home and in the classroom. Do this rise of modern technology and social media are constantly bombarded with information. Over time, this information overload can become unmanageable and can lead to chronic stress that can lead to serious physical, mental, and emotional problems. Okay, Up, it's my favorite movie in my childhood because it's a film about the shared dream that the main character Ellie and Carl have, who, who from an early age know each other, sharing a great admiration for the famous adventures Charles Mant. And the coincidence leads them to create a club in an abandoned house where they simulate to their heroes' travel. These characters are representation of those desires and aspirations that we commonly look at. This is why this fantastic explorer is positioned as a famous character who gets from people the admiration and desire to imitate his adventures in the hope of getting to feel and see everything he offers us if we follow in his footsteps. This marked me because it taught me that dreams, if they are fulfilled, and that no matters the obstacles, I can always be achieved. Okay, since the early 1960s, evidence has been accumulating that suggests that exposure to violence in television, movies, video games, cell phones, and on the internet increase the risk of violence behavior on the viewer part, just as growing up in an environment filled with real violence increase. In the current view, this research evidence is critical assessed, and the psychological theory that explains why exposure to violence has effect for both the short run and long run is elaborate. Finally, the size of the media violence effect is compared with some other well-known threats to society to estimate to how important a threat it should be considered. Okay, the evolution of the human race is closely linked to the technological evolution that we live day by day in the world. Since immemorial years, humans have lived through different times in which we have realized that every day something new is known or discovered, and that technological discovery can change the world an incredibly agile and fast way. Not now talking about the population and its growth, and I want to talk about the negative side. Population growth can bring many advantages, but also problems and unexpected consequences, such as increased demand for goods and services, cultural or genetic exchange and enrichment, and deterioration of the standard of living. Now, what is the greatest desire of millennials? Research showed that more and more millennials are interested in pursuing selfless goals such as helping other others. A study found that young people are less concerned about financial success and more about making a difference. Their priority seems to be to give back and work to improve society. This seems to be a global trend among young people. As a generation growing up in the midst of a globalization, the global war on terror, and the internet revolution, it's not surprising that millennials tend to see themselves as a part of the bigger picture. As a result, many young people today are looking to enter careers to have a lasting impact on others. Okay, talking about other things, of all the things that we believe make us happy, um, money has always played in an important role of our life in society. And to understand why, we must start from the basis that we currently live in the so-called welfare state. This has to do with the economic development in countries, but it's really true that money gives happiness. The welfare state provides us with what to live with, but does not tell us how to do it. And that traps us in an involuntary contract that we haven't asked for. It's for this very reason that many people do things for money and don't know why. We live the society of success, in which you must be someone or do something to correspond to that utility and expect by welfare state. Too much work then leads to decline in mental health, and the main reason is that it leaves us less time to care for ourselves. Sterling paradox has already called into question the belief that having more money equals having more happiness. But it's in the most recent study that you can see the reality of matter. The more money, the more memory of happiness. To keep earning more money, life gets complicated. Because one must to do so yes, you have more material wealth, but the change of happiness diminished. We have more things, but we have less and less time for what really make us happy: friends, family, recreation, etc. What we make clear from all this is that you can't be so happy if your basic needs are not satisfied. And even if happiness increase equality with money, there's a maximum point at which, no matter how much money you have, happiness will no longer increase.